This is going to be a recording that is going to show the inverted pyramid predictions and how to scale the predictions to a year or a month even. So I'll start with a particular birthday. I'm going to be starting with the birthday July 17th, 1976. But we're only going to use the July and 17th because for these purposes, to find out the major cycle that somebody's in without going into the pinnacle and challenges, we only use the achievement, which is the day and the month, plus the current year, and then we put it into a triangle, and we try to come up with the major influences for 1/4 of each segment of the time period that we're doing, whether it's a year or a month. So we'll see what happens here. Now, in this situation, the achievement is July plus 17, which is 24. So 24/6 is the basic achievement. Now, if we're talking about the year 2017, you add up 2 plus 1 plus 7 is 10. It's a 1 year, or it's a 10 1 year, any way you want to look at it. So if we take 24, which is the achievement day and month, and you add 1, you have a 25/7. So this is the triangle for the 25/7. Now, this is for the whole year 2017. That's what makes it a 25/7. So when you take from January to March, they're in a 27/9. And as I said in the past, the 27/9 is really called the scepter. It's a period that somebody gets rewards or benefits from things that they've done in their past. But also, it's the 27 equals a 9, which is Mars. And when you deal with Mars, you're dealing with either Aries or Scorpio, or people born on the 9th, 18th, or 27th day of any month. So it's good to keep in mind. But I put down here getting ahead January through March. Now, the second cycle is April through June. And I put it here, April through June 2017. So we're projecting ahead. Now, I was saying that when somebody has a 1/7, they met and overcome the trials and tribulations of their life and career. But when they hit a 7/1, it's the opposite. Things work themselves out even without doing very much or without doing anything. But still, there's a financial realignment because you're still dealing with 8, 7, and 1. And January Capricorn people would affect this situation, or the news would come from or about them, as well as people born on the 8th, 17th, or 26th day of any month. Now, the apex of the triangle is a 1. 1 gives you a person more independence or recognition. Now, when you follow this down to 5/1, remember I was saying on some of the other tapes that the 51 is getting ahead, but some problem or adversarial person or situation comes along. There's a duality. Very good, but also a challenge. When we talk about June through September, you have the 1/3. 1/3 is always a change in place and plans. So we're talking at July through September is change in place and plans. Now, from October through December, the end of the year, it's a 3/7. Getting help or cooperation from the opposite sex. If it's a male, it's a female that's helping them out. If it's a female, it's a male helping them out. Now, there's another aspect in here which I wanted to show you. Besides going this way, when you hit this cross at the 7, there's another aspect here with the 7/5. It comes up the first quarter and the last quarter because you get a 5-3, and that's a factor. Besides, like the opposite sex helping you out, there's something about a local trip and some realignment of finances or insurance or whatever, legal matter, important papers, whatever. And 5, whenever you have the 8 vibration, there could be meetings too, or appointments. Now over here, besides the 27-9, which I was saying, which is getting ahead, it's helping somebody else out, and there's some kind of sacrifice. And because you have the 7-3 in this situation, remember 3-7 here is you getting benefits from the opposite sex, but 7-3 means giving benefits to the opposite sex, and 7-5 is sacrifice, because 5 and 7 is 12, and that's the hanged man with the tarot, and it means sacrificing your plans to somebody else's plans or problems. So I'm just trying to give you an overall. This is a simple way of looking at a year just by knowing a person's achievement, day and month of birth, adding it to the year. We're not using the year at all that they're born in this case because we're not doing pinnacles and challenges, so I put a line through it. Now, if we want to find out what's happening in August, we have a 25-7 year, which I was saying up here. Remember at the beginning? I was saying that you have a 25-7 personal year, adding up your achievement plus the 1 year. Now you want to know about August. So you go 25-7 plus 8 for the 8th month of the year, and you have 33-6. Now, when you take 33-6, you do a triangle with that, 3-3-6. And this is the first week, the second week, the middle of the month, which is the apex, which is a family or personal situation, the third week, and the fourth week. So the way we broke down a year, we're now breaking down a month. So it goes to show you how you can do a year, you could do a month, you could do a day. If you want to do a day, you would just add the 33 plus the 10th of August, let's say, it's 43. So you do a diagram in 43, 7, and then you just project the numbers down. But remember, there's always, in the first quarter, there's always this extra aspect, and in the last quarter, there's this extra aspect. We have this little cross, so it's 2 different influences. When you see these 2 6s, that's always means a lot of worry and sensitivity emotionally when you get a couple of 6s. 2-3 means getting specialty advice. That means, let's say, seeing a doctor, or an auto mechanic, or accountant, or going to calling somebody who knows what they're doing to tell you something. So I was just saying that these are the extra aspects here that you always hit in the first quarter and the last quarter. And that's whether it's a year, which we were up here, or the last quarter of a year. First and last quarter, first and last quarter. Same thing with a month. I hope this helps you.